Hello everybody out there YouTube land, Ed here, ELH Scale Model Garage, and it's been a while since I've done one of these, but it is time for model cars and coffee. Now, for today's episode, it's going to kind of be just a bench update, work in progress type thing. And for those of you that don't know, I am a member of HAMS, Houston Automotive Modeler Society, and as a club we have a group build going on. We're building the Mobius 64 Chevy Nova, and there are 3 versions of this kit. This one is the retro mod version. There's also the gasser and the factory stock versions as well, and members of the club can choose whichever of the 3 versions they want to build to do for the club group build. Well, I chose the retro mod, and I'm not entirely building it box stock, as you'll see. Get some of this other stuff away. I'm using wheels and tires from a different kit. I forget exactly which kit these came out of, but these are the wheels and tires that I'm going to use on it. And as you can see, bigs and littles, so I think that's gonna look pretty nice on this car. I'm also using a 3D resin engine. This is the twin turbo tune port injection 350 from Texas 3D Customs. I still got to get the wiring done on it. That's why the headers ain't on it yet, and after the headers go on, that's where the turbos go as well. So got the inner fender walls painted up, got the exhaust painted, I've got the firewall engine side painted, interior side just primer. I got the Lakewood slappers painted and detailed. The drive shaft is painted, and with the front suspension I had to cut the center link out so that the engine would fit, because this part right here was rubbing up against the oil pan when trying to put the engine in. So I'll get that modified and make it to where I can get it back in. But here's the front subframe with front suspension on, painted and detailed. As you can see, I've been doing some modification to it after having painted it to get the engine to fit. Got the rear end painted up and ready to go. Chassis painted and detailed. Interior side just primer. I've got, there are 4 of these. These are the brake backing plates. I've got all 4 of those all painted up, ready to roll. Dash primer, front seats primer, back seats primered. Kit comes with a Optima red top battery. Just need to get the decal on it. Interior door cards primered. And then I have rear shocks primered, front springs and upper A-arms primered, or painted rather, not primered. That's all painted up, ready to roll. Front spindles painted. The shock towers, I've got a few components left to paint for the fan belt, and there's the fan. That's kind of where I'm at on that. And I'm also doing a kit bash between with the cabin chassis of this truck and the tow truck bed of this truck to make a tow truck for the shop diorama that I'm building. And the shop diorama is going to be the backdrop for my shop cards that I'm going to be doing. And the bed, I've still got to get the light bar glued in. The light bar, it's ready to go. I just got to get it glued in, and then this part of the bed will get glued to this part. Still got to detail paint the tail lights on it, but I've got side markers and all that. And this was I want to say it was the ground wire out of a USB cable, and that'll feed through over this pulley here and then attach to a hook. And I got to get the rest of that stuff painted. Been doing some modification to the engine bay so that this Magnuson supercharged 632 big block V8 can fit in there. I've still got to finish the modifications to the engine bay as well as to the firewall. Chassis, yep, front wheels turn like they're supposed to. And as you can see, I've been making some modifications to the chassis as well, both for the engine transmission as well as so that I can get the header. I've still got more stuff to do, but also got to be able to get the headers in there. And that's just a couple of different wheels glued up together to make dually wheels for it. Here's the gas tank. It's going to go in it. But that's just some of the stuff that I've been working on. I've got a few other projects that I'm working on here and there, but those will be highlighted in other videos. So trying to keep this fairly short. Good stuff. Gots to have the coffee. So trying to keep this fairly short. I've already been going for 9 minutes, so wherever in the world you're watching this, it's all good. Whatever time of day you're watching this, whether it's super duper early in the morning all the way up till so late at night that it's almost the next morning, it's all good. Either way, I appreciate you watching. Thank you for it. And until next time, I'll be in the garage.